Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods Expert Remastered. So there's actually been quite a few of us today on the server. Currently I'm on here with Wega77, and Ekek. And Cy Raven was on, but got off to go eat. But anyways, I've done quite a bit of building since last episode, so we're going to take a look at that real quick. I've just been kind of hanging out on the server, and, you know, I was considering at one point doing speed building for this series, but generally when I get on here and I'm building, I'm usually just hanging out and talking, so it's not quite as formal, I guess. But anyways, I have been working on adding some of the floor in, and let me tell you something. I have farmed so much marble, for starters. Not nearly as much as like Gonryu has, but I've farmed up maybe five stacks or something like that. And then also this stable stone is horrible to craft at this point, because it does require, if we take a look here, it does require the calculator mod. Okay, so to make stable stone, what you need is 2 reinforced stone bricks. To make these, you need reinforced stone. And to make these, you need wood piles and compressed cobblestone for each block. Okay, so 9 cobble, 4 pieces of wood per block for each of these. So, very, very expensive. But on top of that, of course, it requires RF power for the calculator. I actually had to craft a second calculator, but I did discover a bug, and I did take advantage of it. Normally, I don't use bugs or glitches or anything like that too often, but since this is just decorative stuff, and since the stable stone is already crazy expensive to make, I went ahead and kind of used the bug. And basically what it is that, you know, if a calculator is out of power, for example, I've got a calculator over here, right here. This one has 0 RF in it. So if I try to click on it, it says not enough energy, right? But if you have a calculator that has power, and I don't really have the resources on me right now to make any of that, but if your calculator has power, even if it's only just like 1 RF, and you open up the calculator GUI and you start to craft, what you can do is you can craft everything within the GUI. And of course it'll use that 1 power, but it'll still allow you to craft even without power in the calculator until you close out the GUI. And then once you close it out, you're not going to be able to open it again. So the first time when I ran out that calculator, I was crafting, and I just kept crafting. I was like, oh man. I was like, how much power is in this thing? And I left it, and it was at 0 power. So you can keep crafting it even without power as long as you don't close out that GUI. So if you stock up like on a lot of, you know, the wood piles and the compressed cobble, then you can just craft away. Okay. So just a kind of a nifty little bug that I did exploit, because I already crafted a second calculator working on this, so I was like, it's just decorative. I went over to Gonryu's base to see if he had a capacitor bank, because earlier I was going to steal some power out of it, but I couldn't find a capacitor bank, so. Anyways, so I've been working on that. A lot of the flooring and stuff, started working on that stuff. And then over here, I moved our Ender Lily seeds to a little bit more of a permanent place. So I've still got to put lighting up here, but Ender Lily seeds, they gave us, I think, 3 or 4 additional seeds since last episode. Because, of course, once they're planted on Endstone, then there's a chance to get more seeds every time that you harvest. So, and then if we head upstairs, I've done a bit of work. Oh, over here, I've started kind of cleaning this up and started working on this, but it's coming together. I've got to get all this stuff moved. I'm actually, after this episode, I'm going to be moving this smeltery. So I'm going to be getting this out of the floor here and upstairs. So if we come upstairs, instead of having that little divider wall, that's gone. Now it's open, and we have the balustrades, you know, along that area there, and started shaping some of this up. I did make a bed, and it was funny because I actually made the bed because Wiga needed it to be day. He was hiding underground. He was on the way, I think, to the end. And so I was like, oh yeah, I still haven't made a bed. So I did craft one of those real quick. It just takes gold and bookshelves to make magical wood, turn it into planks, which I actually accidentally made 3 magical wood at first, which you only need 1 magical wood. Because I forgot it was the planks version. So magical wood becomes magical wood planks, and then you use wool over that. Okay, so since we've got gold now. And then I kind of opened this area up, so we kind of have like a little balcony on this side that kind of overlooks what will be the courtyard fairly soon. I'm actually going to be opening this up before too long. So, and then I also dug a room out on the other side over there. There's nothing in there right now. That's going to be our TC room. So I'll probably get everything moved up here. And then we're going to have the smeltery. We're going to have the TC furnace, which we'll probably get into fairly soon because I'm ready to get a more powerful, faster smelting furnace. Not really faster. Normal furnaces are faster if you're smelting like 1 or 2 things, but if you're smelting big bulk amounts of things like I do for this dark stone, the TC furnace is much faster. So I do plan on getting one of those. So, anyways, we have a quest complete here. This one right here, Song of Steel Finale. Produce 128 steel ingots. That is done. We are done with that. And they're going to give us blast furnace preheater, engineer manual, LV wire coil, LV wire connector, and then we get to pick steel pickaxe head, steel pickaxe, like 2 of those, or a steel hammerhead. Now the blast furnace, we're not going to be getting into that today, I will say, because of course that's going to require power, and we're going to have to get some kind of a power system set up, and that's actually going to take us a few episodes. I'm not just going to go straight for a water mill or a windmill, because we tend to do that a lot, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different, which I have done in other series, you know, but it's going to kill quite a few birds with a single stone, so to speak. So, and it's going to segue into multiple power sources, and we're going to do a bit with it, which we'll be starting all that today. But we are going to go ahead and take that, and then down here, the steel pickaxe head, the steel pickaxe, the steel hammerhead, I feel like that is there to segue into tinkering, which we've already done tinkering, because with steel you can mine up cobalt. But we did the aluminite route. So, I mean, we don't really need the steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the... I'm going to take the steel hammerhead. And the reason I'm taking that is because I just want to drop this right into here and just melt it. That's 8 ingots of steel. You know, it's better than any of the other options, I think. So, because I don't really need steel picks or steel hammerheads since we have cobalt. Of course, this is actually flint, but that's fine. I have it as flint because it's good durability and it's cheap to repair right now. And then the rest of the stuff, we're just going to drop it into here. We will get into the preheaters before too long, but not yet. So, and my inventory is terrible. I know we were actually talking about it on the server earlier, how I think most of us have terrible sorting right now because AE is so late in the pack, and it's just like drawer controllers so late in the pack. Not really so late, but we'll be getting into those before too terribly long, but that's okay. And also we're gonna visit next episode. I figure we'll do it like every other episode. We'll visit a base. Next episode we're gonna go check out Faraday's base. So, because I found out where it's at. So we are gonna go check that out next episode. So anyways, let's go ahead and start getting into our next project. This is gonna be a fairly large project because we're gonna we have to start it this episode, and then next episode get it all put together, and then start segueing into power sources with it. So it's going to take a few steps, but what we are going to do, we're going to just destroy a couple of our needs for power, for wood, for more power with biofuel, just all different kinds of stuff, charcoal. We are going to go into Steve's Carts because Steve's Carts is absolutely amazing tree farm, and it looks good, and then in addition it's fairly powerful. So and it's not gated too much in this pack. It's pretty much standard recipes, and we are going to go straight for the Hardened Woodcutter. So hardened, I'm going to have to repair it ever so often. Once we get up to the Galgadorian one, it's unbreakable, but I don't really have the resources at the moment to afford Galgadorian metal. Because it requires these blocks of diamond. I've got diamonds, I just don't have that many diamonds. Glowstone's not a problem, stabilized metal's not a problem, but Eyes of Galgador, requiring these gas tiers, it's a little bit expensive. Once we get into, I don't know, some kind of mob farm for creepers, it would be okay, but, or ghasts, whichever, but that's fine. We're going to go with the hardened for now. We're going to go with, the stabilized metals, the reinforced metals, for the time being, and then we'll upgrade later on to Galgadorian. So, but anyways, the first thing that we are going to make is going to be this right here, the cart assembler. This just requires 2 simple PCBs, some iron, some stone, and that's just redstone, gold, and iron for the simple PCB. So I may have to make a little bit more gold. Let me go ahead and get that running, because we have ore doubling for gold, so it's not really... look at all that gold. Do I just want to do... I'll just do 28 for now. And we'll get that macerating, and that is going to start draining a little bit of that off. So let me throw in... I don't know. Like that. Yeah. That's the only thing. We need to get that upgraded to lava-based power. We might do that this episode too. We'll see. We'll see what we get to. Okay, but we're going to need a lot of redstone, a lot of iron, a lot of glowstone, a lot of gold. All those things. So there's a stack of iron. I've had that running pretty heavily since last episode. And let me go ahead and grab this gold. And a bit of redstone, a bit of glowstone. Oh, and then I'm also going to need... we'll go ahead and grab like a stack of smooth stone, because we're going to need quite a bit of that as well. Okay, so the simple PCBs, there's 1, 2, and we are going to need more of those, use quite a bit of those PCBs, and I know we're going to probably need more gold by the end of it, but that's fine. There is our cart assembler, and we'll just stick this, I don't know, I need to get everything moved and cleaned up. That's something I'm working on. But we'll put it right here, just so I do kind of want it somewhere where there's a lot of traffic, because we're going to have to be checking it, because it's going to take quite a few hours for this thing to run once we get it set up. Okay, so now that we've got that, we have like a GUI here. The first thing that we need to do is get a cart hull, okay? And the one that we're going to be going for is going to be the reinforced hull right here. We're going to have to make quite a bit of this reinforced metal. These wheels take 1 each. This takes 5, so that's 7, and then the woodcutter is going to take an additional 5. Okay, so we're going to need 12 of that reinforced metal, and to make it, it is stabilized metal just smelted, and right here you can make stabilized metal just like this, and this is good. So we're going to need 3 crafts of this, which gives us like a couple left over to repair the cart, because we're going to need the stabilized metal to like repair the hardened woodcutter, okay? Which we'll get into that probably in the next few episodes. It'll take a little while for it to burn down. The durability on this thing lasts a very, very long time. Each piece of metal restores, I think it's 50% durability on it. So, but we are going to need, first up, hardened mesh, which is refined hardener. We're also going to need refined hardener here as well. So altogether, 9... So what, 21 refined hardener? Because we're going to need 4 here, 3 here. And refined hardener is raw hardener. And that is diamond dust, obsidian dust, steel dust. Now that we have steel, we can do this. So we're going to need 21 of those. 11 crafts. Oof. That means we're going to need 44 diamonds. I don't know if I have enough, actually. In fact... let's see. I may have to do a little bit of mining. We'll see. Yeah, I've got 13 diamonds. That's... We are going to need more diamonds, in fact. Okay, let me go down and mine for a little bit before we even get started with this, because this is what I have my eyes set on, but I didn't think about needing that many diamonds. Okay, so I've got 53 diamonds. I actually just hit like a diamond mother lode. It was 8 nodes, and 3 of them were dense nodes, which is great. So let's go ahead and head home. I did get the set home. And look at this backpack. It's terrible. It's mainly cobble though, so it's not really a big deal. We need to make backpack upgrades. We'll get to those today if we have time. We're going to see where we get to. Alright, I'll dump most of this later off camera, but anyways, we got our diamonds that we needed, which is the main thing. Okay, so how many did we say we needed? 44? So what I'm going to do is, let me get, I'm just going to throw in a bit of this coal, and we'll go ahead and macerate up 44 of these diamonds. Okay, so while that's macerating up, let's go ahead and get the next stuff that we're going to need. What was it? 11, we're making 11 of them, right? We are making... this stabilized metal. Yeah, If I recall, it was 11. So we're going to need 11 obsidian and then 44 steel. Of course, this steel, they wanted us to make the improved blast furnace, but that can wait, I feel like. I don't think that's quite as pressing as just getting a good, solid power source. Oh, I am going to need more obsidian. I've only got 4 at the moment. That's fine. Don't we have obsidian cutting kits around here? Yes. And that's really just a bunch of flint. So let me get... I'm going to get some flint to take with me, and we'll go down, and I'm just going to go down and cut up some obsidian real quick. And I may not have any flint. I've been using it to repair my hammer, and I've been using my hammer. But I do have... there's 7 on me, and I can easily make a bit more of this, because I think we've got quite a bit of gravel here, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay. And let me grab my buckets. Get some water. I've been taking my tool forge with me, and then I just repair the hammer on the spot. So it's just a whole lot easier, because then I don't ever have to come up. I just stay down there until I get what I need. And then, of course, if I run out of flint, then I can just go get some gravel, and there you go. So I need to make a better shovel, but that's fine. By the way, I did get the pick up to luck 3, and the hammer is actually fairly close to luck 3. I think it's like 30 or 40 lapis off. And then I also upgraded the haste on it, so it's now up to haster. So just a heads up. Just a couple little upgrades that I did. But anyways, I'll be back in just a second. I'm just popping down here. There's some lava right next to where we come down at. And I'm just going to get some obsidian real quick. Okay, I've got the obsidian that we need. And go ahead and grab this. By the way, these actually grow fairly quickly. We almost got like 64 ender pearls or something. I mean, they grow pretty fast on the end stone. So ender pearls aren't really a concern for us anymore. And I believe obsidian, wasn't it? Obsidian that we can put in here and grind up manually, I think. No, what about steel? Nope, steel, you can't either. Okay, never mind. Never mind, we're going to have to macerate all of this stuff. That's fine. And this actually takes a while, so while that's running, let's go ahead and really, I think most everything, we're waiting for that stabilized metal on. Yeah, I mean, as far as the cart and the cutter, which are the 2 big things, we're waiting on stabilized metal. Oh, and this crushed gold ore, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the smeltery. Oh, and we got 8 molten steel, which I'm actually going to go ahead and let it start pouring that stuff out and making those ingots. So, okay, diamond dust is done. Let's go ahead and throw the steel in there, get that macerating up, and then we'll have to do the obsidian after that. So, is there no other way to make crushed obsidian? Oh, we can actually do it with obsidian cutting kits. I just don't know, because if that consumes the obsidian cutting kit, that's pretty rough. Let's find out. Okay, so I need 11 of these. It does, but then again, they do craft 4 at a time. I'm just going to go ahead and just do this. Just because I really don't want to have to wait any longer than I have to. So, alright, so there is 11 obsidian dust. And we'll go ahead and lay this part of it out. This is honestly the most expensive part of our cart right here. Making all the stabilized metal is rough. It's very, very rough. Okay, now while that's crafting, what we can do while we're waiting on the steel dust to make the stabilized metal, if we take a look at Steve's carts, there's other components that we're going to need. First up, we are going to need furnaces. Well, we're going to need coal engine. That's one thing that we're going to need. Just one of these. It requires 2 pistons, a furnace, and some iron. So let's get that. And that is... I'm going to need more dried bricks. So let me get some clay. Real quick. I really should have grabbed more than this, because I will go grab more than this, because we're going to need more than 1 furnace. Because once we start crafting the furnaces that we're going to use on it, we're going to need more furnaces. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get as much as I can started. Yeah, I'll just pull out all the clay. We got 32. I need to get that strainer plug back up. By the way, isn't there a better strainer that we can make now that we have steel, or am I incorrect? There is the reinforced survivalist strainer. That one takes obsidian and diamond. But that does have a lot of uses. So, guess what? We're going to make one in just a second. Diamonds aren't terrible to get, because as soon as I find a diamond node, it's like, with luck 3, you get so many diamonds. So, there we go. Reinforced survivalist strainer, 3,000 uses. So, it's going to start getting us some stuff. And honestly, by the time that thing runs, we're going to have plenty of clay. But we do need to get that thing automated before too long. So, alright, now we're also going to need pistons, right? So, let's actually take a look here. The furnace, there should be a furnace upgrade, right? So, right here. Okay, it's a smelter, my bad. That's going to require a furnace for each one as well. And there's an advanced, isn't there an advanced smelter? Yeah, right here. Which requires just more PCB. So that's not too bad. Okay, so the smelter, I could have swore it took 2 smelters, but that may have been a different pack, and might be what I'm thinking of, so I don't know. And I'm going to want 3, I think I want 3 smelters, maybe even 4. Let's see, we have 500 capacity, modular capacity. The Hardened Woodcutter has 65 cost. And then we'd have the 3 advanced smelters, an advanced crafter, and then we'd have some carts, or some chests, which don't take very much as far as modular cost. So yeah, we might go with 3 smelters, actually, instead of just 2 or 3. I mean 2. So we're going to need 4 furnaces altogether for this. So let me go ahead and grab these. And this isn't running. Is it out of power? It's out of power. I will say just throwing in a bunch of coal like that, not the most efficient thing to do, but not too worried about it. I have tons of coal, and it's so easy to get more that I'm not worried about it at all. So that'll be okay. Okay, let me grab all of these. And there is our 4 furnaces. And then for the, let's see, the smelters, simple PCB, yeah, let me go grab our gold, our iron, our redstone. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to need 5, 7. I'm actually going to need more than that, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and get our 1, 2, 3 smelters. And then I'm going to want the advanced smelter. It's going to require some diamond and some advanced PCBs. Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. Ah. I mean, technically I could not go with the advanced smelter right now. And then upgrade whenever we have the means to do so. That's not a problem. And I imagine the advanced crafter is going to take it too. What about external distributor is just the small ones. And the cargo manager is easy to make. So, yeah, it's just the... I mean, we don't need the advanced PCBs for anything. It doesn't look like past the advanced crafter and advanced smelter. Coal engine doesn't need it. So, yeah, we could just use 3 smelters. I mean, we're going to have 3 of them, so it's going to be fast enough, I think, anyways, as is. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Because, I mean, the main difference is, I guess, I think it's a little bit slower. And then we're not going to be able to specify certain quantities to smelt, to have smelted, but that's fine. I mean, we can have, basically just let it smelt until it dispenses what it has. So it's not really a big deal. If we can't get that, that's fine. So, anyways, our steel is done. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. Or let's turn this into... wait, what? We got iron dust from crushing steel. Wait a second. This isn't right. That was totally steel that we just crushed. I'm going to go ahead and just toss that in there and let it cook that through the smeltery. I mean, we can still make the steel dust. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to have to go a different route for the steel dust, which is fine. I mean, we can still pull it off. It's just this macerator doesn't actually make steel dust. It makes iron dust from steel. So, because that makes sense. It makes sense. So, let's do that then. Let's turn our attention. This is actually going to take probably a little bit longer than intended. Okay, so we're going to go for the Extra Utilities Crusher. The Extra Utilities Crusher can make steel dust. So we're going to need some pistons. And of course we're going to need pistons for that engine as well. So, okay, so there's a few pistons. There's 10 of them. And then we're going to need for the... Let's go ahead... yeah, let's go ahead and make the engine that we were going to make first. Just so that part's done. So the coal engine, this, there we go. Oh, we can't throw that in there until we get the hull. Okay. To make the crusher from Extra Utilities, because we're also going to have to make just some starting power to do this. I cannot believe that's what got me. Like, I was so sure that we could pull it off, but totally did not notice that that wasn't going to be able to, I guess, make iron dust. Or steel dust, I mean. There's our Resonator from Extra Utilities. We'll go ahead and just put this down. Like right there. We've got just a mess of machines everywhere. And then we're going to need a manual mill. So some polished stone. Okay, wait a second. This is a little bit more because, like, okay, the manual mill requires polished stone. Which... There's the compacting storage route. We'll have to get into forestry if we do that. Which is probably going to have to be the route that we go. Okay, I don't see anything holding us back from the crusher. Knock on wood. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the crusher. Okay? One more, like, change of plans here. Okay, so to make the crusher, this right here, we're going to need some light engineering blocks. Let's see, 10 steel scaffolding, 10 light engineering blocks, 8 steel fences, 9 hoppers, redstone engineering block, that's the only thing I didn't look at, which takes iron plates, bronze ingot, redstone iron. Okay, that's good. We can do that. Okay, so let's give this a shot then. We're going to go this route. Let me actually dump this stuff. And we needed 10 steel scaffolding, and those craft 6 at a time. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we are going to get something made this episode. They totally got me with that steel. Oh my gosh. So there's our steel scaffolding. 12 of those. And I'm going to dump these extra bars into there. And I'll go ahead and put those in there because I don't actually need those. And then next up we need the 10 light engineering blocks. That's copper. That's iron mechanical components, which is more copper. And then a bit of iron. And let's see, we're going to need 10 of these. So I do need some more iron. I've got some more over here, though, so it's not really a big deal. The Resonator that we won't use for a little while here. Okay, so there's enough for 2. I need a bunch more iron. Of course, this is pumping out iron. Okay, I've got some more copper running, because that's all we're missing to get these light engineering blocks. I'm going to go ahead and grab what we've got. So there's 4. And we'll go ahead and start putting some of this together. Now we are going to have to do kind of like a temporary power source, but this will be fine for the time being. So let's see, we'll just put it right here. I think it's, and there'll be one more right back here, right? Yeah, it's just one wide. Okay, and then steel scaffolding like that. And then for the next layer, we are going to need all those steel fences. So 8 of those. We can pop down here, and we'll get those crafted up. And the light, or not the light engineering block, the redstone block, we're going to need that as well. So steel fences. This is totally not what I was originally thinking we were going to be doing this episode, but that is a-okay. It happens. When there's so much recipe tweaking, they'll sneak stuff in and get you. A lot of times. Okay, so we need, what, 8 of these? There we go, there's 9 of them. Could have done without one of those crafts, that's fine. Oh, I didn't put any... I didn't put any coal in this, so... There we go. Okay, so our steel fences are going to go... Pop, 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 like that. And then for a redstone engineering block, it's 4 of these. Just a bunch of redstone sticks and iron. That's not too bad. I think we got most everything on us. Let me grab... Oh yeah, I love this thing. Just take these sticks, that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then I'm also going to need a bunch of hoppers in a minute. Let me throw in some more iron ore. There's all these different kinds of iron. There we go. I got some magnetite, so... Okay, has this made our copper yet? It's not even how we make copper, is it? We have to get the dust first. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Tell you what, it might actually be quicker just to macerate it, or a little bit less hands-on. Let's macerate it, then we'll throw it in the smeltery and just melt it down. I don't really want to do this all manual, so... Then this crushed copper ore, we can throw it into there and melt it. So, okay, so we'll let the macerator run for just a little bit. Let me throw some more coal in there. We'll upgrade that to lava power soon. Soon. I don't know, though. Once we get this whole thing that we're working on, we'll be okay. It's just a matter of getting to it at this point. Okay. I don't need a whole lot of copper right this second. I just need some. Alright, so we also need 4 iron plates, which I think I've got those. I've got some kind of plates right here. So 4 of those, and then we're going to need a piece of bronze metal. And let me go ahead and throw this tool forge back down. Okay, so there's our redstone engineering block. So that's done. And this doubles the metal. So, I mean, we get just as much output doing it this way as if we, you know, did it the more manual method. So, I have no qualms with doing it through the smeltery and macerator. Because I hate having to hold right-click on those things. Alright, so redstone block goes there, and then I think it's light engineering behind it. Then we just need to bring those up. So, we'll do... one there. We'll do one there. Oh, and there needs to be one right in the middle there. So 4 more, and then we're going to need 9 hoppers. Okay, so let's get... There's our 6 copper. Well, actually we had 1 in there. Oh, now I need a bunch more iron. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Okay. Let me pop over here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go mining and get a bunch more iron now. I thought I had a lot, you know. I was like, oh man, that's quite a bit. I've actually got quite a bit. Yeah, there's 53 more goethite. So after this runs through, I'll throw some more goethite in there. But man, that is... Whew, it's kind of expensive at this point. Since everything's so involved to craft, it's kind of expensive. A little bit expensive. Okay, so... Here's a few more hoppers. So there's 6. We're only down by 3 at the moment, so. Alright, so 1 light engineering block there, and then these, and then our hoppers. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, I just need 11 more iron. Let's go see... Okay, well, while we're waiting for that, we are going to need some kind of power source. I'm just going to go for maybe a coal generator. That's iron plates, iron casing, that's aluminum brass, iron plates, blocks of black quartz, and then we're going to need this, which is just obsidian and more copper. Which obsidian, ooh, we only have 1 of. I'm going to have to go get more obsidian, of course. Unless there's something... Not that. Yeah, I think that's going to be our main route right now. So, I just really need just obsidian. It's not a big deal. So, let me pop back down. Let me throw in that 53 goethite that we've got. Okay, we've got the iron that we need. And I've got the obsidian and everything that we're going to need. So, let's go ahead and get our hoppers. We'll go ahead and get the grinder itself formed real quick. So there is 3 hoppers. Oh my gosh, this has been a runabout today, I tell you what. Bam, bam, bam. And then our hammer's downstairs. It's fine. I don't have to form it right this second. So for the coal generator, iron casings, altogether, what are we going to need? 6, 10 iron plates. And I've currently got 7. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just set this to rolling, and we'll throw in 3 iron. Get our 3 more iron plates. And then we're going to need this. That's 3 copper. Get that. Okay, that's out of power, so give me some more coal. I know my inventory's awful right now, I apologize, but I wish we had AE right now, just so I could dump everything in it and not worry about it, but we don't. Okay, so copper. We'll get this. There's our obsidian copper heat cables. And then, let's see, for this we're going to need, what, 2? Yeah, 2 of those. And then we're going to need some aluminum brass. That's fine. Actually, I've got redstone in my backpack because I haven't sorted all this stuff out yet. Okay, so we're going to need 2 of these. And then, I don't need that. And then we're going to need our iron plates. Let's get these. And some aluminum brass. Oh my gosh. I'm 1 aluminum brass short, of course. That would just be too much to ask. Alright, so I'm going to throw some aluminum in there. And we'll get some of this crushed copper. And we're also going to need some black quartz. So let me go ahead and get just a few of these. I think blocks of black quartz, are they 4 or are they 3? Okay, it's just 4. That's great. I'm just going to throw this into there. Set this in there right now. Alright, let me dump some of this stuff into here. Just give myself a little bit of inventory space. Aluminum brass. Let's go ahead and get this pouring out. Because we are going to need some of this stuff before too long for those machine blocks. I mean, they're semi-expensive-ish. So, alright, so there's that. So now we're really just waiting on the black quartz, which should probably be about done right now. And there. Okay. So, a block of that. And then there's our iron casing. And then we just need that. There's our coal generator. Okay. Just for something that we're not even going to use that much either. Okay, so coal. Go ahead and give me like 64. That's fine. And let's see. Give me some LV wire connectors. And then we're also going to need our engineer's hammer. Okay. Alright, so right click this. There's our crusher. And then we can set up our coal generator. And we'll just put it like right here. It's fine. Put our wire connectors there. There. Hopefully this plugs. Is that a visual bug? I have no clue. We didn't have 4, did we? I don't think so. Alright, and there's birds on a wire. Okay. And then let's get ourselves a chest, just to make this a bit easier. Oh my gosh. This has like slaughtered some of my resources today. Like all this stuff. There's a chest, and then we are going to need a bit more steel. We've got 38, and we needed, what, 44 steel dust? I'm only going to run one of these just to double check. I know in NEI it said that we can make steel dust this way, but we are going to double check it. So, just because. I don't want any more surprises today. Alright, so if I throw in a bit of coal into this, it's going to start generating a little bit of power, and there we go. It's starting to build up power in this crusher. So then if we were to take and throw a piece of that steel in there, steel dust. Oh my gosh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. That's what I want. Okay, this actually stores up quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in like 16 coal, that's fine. And then, here we go. Toss that steel in and let it go. And this is going to take a minute. This is definitely going to take a minute for it to run through all this stuff. because I imagine it's probably going to run out of power. Yeah, at some point, because this thing only generates not much. Not much RF. Alright, so we'll give this just a minute, and I'll be back once it's done running through the steel, and we can get our stabilized metal and at least get that part done today. So, I'll be back. Okay, our steel dust is done. Let's go ahead and grab that. And I know the episode's probably running a bit long, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna get ourselves a cart today, a cart hull. That's a big achievement at this point. So raw hardener. There we go. 22 raw hardener. And then all we have to do is we have to smelt this stuff up. And I've got, yeah, this one right here has stuff. We'll just throw it in there. And we're going to be making a lot better smelter. We'll probably do like a Tinker's Smeltery or something like that. A Tinker's Furnace before too long. But, yeah, we've got that. That's good. Let me throw some more coal into this. I don't have any. Oh, yeah, I've got some on me. Never mind. And let's take a look at our stabilized metal. Hardened mesh. We're going to need a bunch of iron bars. Not a bunch. We only need, what I say, 3 crafts of this, I think. So, it's not terrible. I've actually got some iron bars. I don't think I have enough. I've got 1. Okay. Yeah, I just got 1. That's fine. We should have more iron over here because I had that running through all that goethite, so we should have quite a bit of it, unless my hammer broke, which it did. But that's fine. We still got enough. I'll make another hammer here in just a little bit. So there's 16. I think that's enough. And we'll get our hardened mesh. So there's that. There's 3 of those. And then we're just waiting on the rest of this refined hardener to get made. Okay, and there's our first bit of stabilized metal. Okay, now we're going to have to smelt this as well to make the reinforced metal. So let's go ahead and pull this out, and we'll throw that into there. Get that smelting. And there's our last bit of refined hardener. So, throw that in there. Awesome. Okay, and then we'll get our... I need one more piece of iron. Okay, let me get another hammer real quick. Bang, bang. There we go. Forge hammer. I've been making so many of those. Like, I mean, not so many. I think I've made like 7 or 8 of them so far in this series, so could be worse. Okay, there's the iron that we need. Whoops. So we're going to get our reinforced wheels, and then all we have to do is take that, and bam, there's our reinforced hull. Yes. Okay, so that's done. And then what we can do is we can put this into the card assembler, like so. And there we go. There's our hull. Okay, so it's a start. It is a start. And then what we can do is we can take the coal engine and the smelters that we made. And eventually we're going to upgrade these a bit later on, which we can handle that. We can pull the pieces off later. But our coal engine, we're going to go ahead and just throw that into here. Under the engine slot. And I think we could do a solar engine. I know a lot of people do solar, but solar, it gets covered up by the leaves, and it's honestly, I feel like it's just kind of a waste because you're going to have plenty of charcoal with this, so I'm not going to worry about solar. And honestly, it's probably a little bit expensive for us at the moment anyways. And then our smelters, we are going to put these onto add-ons. We're going to put all 3 of our smelters on there. Because what I intend to do is have the smelters... some of them feed into the engine, and then some of them feed, or one feed into the engine, the other 2 are going to feed into storage that we're going to be making. Oh, but you know what I didn't think about? I wonder if it's going to make charcoal, now that I think about it. Because charcoal, when it's smelted, it makes the charcoal... I mean, I could do a crafter. There is a crafter that we can make, but I'll test that in my test world, because it is about wrapping up point at this point. So I'll take a look at that in my test world. Honestly, I think we're probably going to have to craft it then into charcoal. Because if you recall, it makes those charcoal lumps from smelting wood. So 4 of those to make charcoal. It's going to be a little bit less charcoal coming in than... I mean, we'll have to make the tree farm a little bit larger. than we normally would, but that's not going to be an issue. So, I mean, another option that we could do, and what we might do, is, I don't know, I'm going to have to give it some thought, but we could automate, have the wood get picked up by the tree cutter, and then have it, just leave it as wood, and have it then sent over to maybe coke ovens, or to, yeah, probably coke ovens, because we can make charcoal with a coke oven, 1 for 1. And then maybe do something with the creosote, and just kind of automate it, and then have that sent back through and put into the, you know, so much of it filled up in the cart, and do it that way. It's going to take a lot of coke ovens if we do it that route, but it would be pretty effective. I actually did something similar to that in Infotech, and I think we had like 20 or something coke ovens running. So that is an option. I'm going to give it some thought, and I'm going to do a little bit of testing my test world between episodes. And we may not even actually need the smelters. If we do it that route, we may not even need the smelters. We may just have it just harvest and store, and that be it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna see how I want to do it for sure, and give that some thought. And I also need to farm up a bit more resources, get us back stocked on iron and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, we got through the whole workaround this episode, and next episode we'll get the cart kind of finalized and start moving into our tree farm, and see what I'm thinking is, once we get that tree farm set up, we'll have wood, which is great because I hate farming wood, and especially making these stable stones. I go through so much wood. Luckily there's jungle trees back there, and that's what I've been doing, is just cutting those down, and then our axe, we can repair it with netherrack, so it's really, really cheap. But we'll have wood, and then we can have, you know, that wood being converted to charcoal until like our buffers are filled, and then charcoal feeding the tree farm itself, but then also feeding our power generation. Okay, and then creosote, we can do stuff with that as well, and yeah, have just a big system kind of running. And then eventually what I would like to get into is advanced generators, but I think that's a little bit past where we're at, because see, it takes like Franken zombies, intricate circuit boards, stuff like that, alloys and all different kinds of things. So that's probably going to be a bit later before we get into that, but we'll use that charcoal to produce power through advanced generators. So it's going to be a really big system, but I think once it's all said and done, it's going to be a neat power system, and it's going to be pretty powerful for power generation. So, and it's something that we can kind of start moving into early game, whereas I know most of the ways that you can go for power is pretty much like wind power, water power, or coal power. But as far as like a good automated setup, this is, I think, going to be the strongest that we could possibly achieve early game in this pack. So I will say it's probably going to take us quite a few episodes to get this done, but that'll be okay. That will be a-okay. So it'll be worth it in the long run. So anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. Next episode, like I said, we'll get the cart finalized, we'll get that all sorted, and we'll start kind of setting up our tree farm. So good stuff. I've got to figure out exactly where I want to place it down to, because it's going to be fairly large, I think. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I do apologize that whole steel mix-up with the macerator. I'm so sorry about that. I looked through everything, but I was like, oh, well, I can probably throw this in the macerator. Whoops. But anyways, I hope you guys still enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and next episode we'll check out another base or two. I am planning on checking out Faraday's, and I also noticed that Wika actually lives right over near us, because I keep seeing him on the map, and if we had time this episode, we'd go check that out. But I'll see if I'll have to double check with him, make sure it's okay if we run by there maybe next episode, but maybe check out him and Faraday's base as well. Anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.